Welcome. You are about to take a journey to a place of the divine love within with Deborah Beauvais on the Love by Intuition show. For the next hour, allow her to prepare you in becoming a magnet for a profound love-infused relationship by identifying and focusing on solutions through love. Awaken the light within and let your essence shine. And now, here's Deborah Beauvais on Love by Intuition, all part of the Dream Vision 7 radio
Welcome,
network.
everyone. Bonjour, mes amis. And yes, here I am, Deborah Beauvais, founder and owner of syndicated Dream Vision 7 radio network. We are a Boston-based internet radio station with all the bells and whistles. It doesn't matter if you're in the U.S., in Europe, in a car, at home, or on the run with your mobile devices. You can listen to Dream Vision 7 radio network. We are also proud to be the media partner for the Omega Institute in Rhinebeck, New York, and they're going to be opening their doors. Things look good for later in the spring, so lots of things are going well for everyone, and just the warm weather, we all want to be out. Well, if you're tuning in for the first time, this show is all about love and love for self, self-worth, going within, finding out the truth of who you are. And then from that place, you can make a difference in the world by producing your gifts and putting them into a business or a book or anything that you desire. Well, I'm real excited because we have a special guest, and at the same time, she is starting her own radio show next Tuesday. So introducing Devi Kour. She's a psychic visionary healer, and her show, which will be coming up live Tuesday, April 6th, starting 1 o'clock, and you'll be able to call in. Now, she is an amazing psychic visionary healer. She has been a long-time student of pranic healing and crystal healing. She has accrued 28 years of experience in the field, advising her clients both face-to-face and over the phone. She is sensitive enough that she can diagnose energy retentions through vocal vibrations, whether she's in front of you or over the phone or wherever. And she loves to get into the areas of all life, whether it be health, finance, love, and she is going to be doing free readings tonight. So we're live, and Debbie's going to be welcoming any callers. Bob is in the house, so he will be letting us know that there is a caller online. And our toll-free number is 833-220-1200. Again, 833-220-1200. So without further ado, welcome to the show, Devi.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm absolutely delighted to be here.
And I am too, and we're so excited that you're coming on board. And there are so many people that need your expertise, that need your spiritual advice and healing. So tell us, did you grow up with psychic abilities when you were a child, or how did it all unfold?
Oh, I absolutely did. Not really sure at the time that that's what it was, because for me it began at such a young age, and I was thoroughly confused as to what it was that was actually beginning. My father, being from Pakistan, and my mother from India, they were Hindu. And we moved from Toronto, Canada, from a very Indian neighborhood and a very Hindu community to Melrose, Mass. And this was in the 80s. So my family, it was
I didn't know that you were in Massachusetts when you were younger.
I was. I absolutely was. And it was a time, it was really the beginning and unfolding of so many portions of my life and my gift. So when we had moved there in the 80s, my father had actually agreed to visit a Catholic church with one of his friends, his coworker. So at this time, they were in a very interesting place between Hinduism and Catholicism. So I got to experience so much as a child, different religions and different types of belief systems all around me. So I remember my very first experience with my gift. I was 8 years old. I was in the 3rd grade. I walk into my classroom one day, and I'm seeing fuzzy colors around my teacher. I'm seeing fuzzy colors around some of the students. And I am like, not really excited about this. I don't know it's something spiritual at all. I can't focus. I'm having a very difficult time connecting to what my teacher is talking about and explaining. So I don't say anything, and this happens about, I want to say 3 or 4 times before my teacher is finally like, Devi, what's wrong? You're not here. You're not listening. You're not paying attention. And I'm like, I'm seeing fuzzy colors and hearing buzzing. So she writes a note to my parents that I take back, and it's explaining that I'm not present in my classroom. I'm seeing these odd colors. I'm complaining of buzzing. My parents take me to an eye doctor, like getting to the bottom of this in a very physical nature.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes are absolutely fine. So then, after that point, I'm telling my parents that after I'm seeing the colors and the buzzing, I can feel what different people are feeling. Well, being 8 years old and saying that, they're not believing it, and they're certainly not happy. So they're explaining that these type of things, it's against religion, it's against what they're believing. My grandfather, who was very spiritual and very open to me, I would tell him about it, and he would tell me, this is actually a gift that you have. And he told me, you're very young, and you won't know what to do with this at this time, but there's going to come a time in your life that you will know what to do with it, and it will be a responsibility. Well, hearing responsibility right there, that just, 8 years old, that just threw me out of the water. I didn't want any part of that.
Wow.
So as time had gone by, between the ages of 10 and 12 years old, I started understanding, not fully how to use it or what it was, but I did start to understand that what I'm seeing has something to do with the condition or the feelings, is the way I would have put it at that age, the feelings of what's going on inside. Once I started understanding that, my grandfather started working with me and introducing me to different types of spiritual exercises. My parents were not thrilled about that and definitely did not want that to be happening. But I was still doing it, and grandfather was still teaching me how to not use my gift when I don't want to be. Because at that time, it was just coming on. I could just see things and sense things about people, if they were happy, if they were sad, if they were ill, if something was going to happen. And it would just come on without warning. So as I worked and as I exercised it, I learned how to use my gift when I want to be and then not use it when I'm doing activities with my family or playing or just doing something as simple as watching TV, not becoming interrupted by the vibrations and feelings of others.
Wow. So what age did you get to a place of what you're speaking where you could actually tune it out enough to enjoy whatever you were doing at the time?
I would say 18.
Oh, wow. And now, were you bombarded by spirits that were maybe they didn't transition all the way, or they wanted to get in touch with their loved ones? I mean, did you receive a lot of that where it really I mean, I've heard others being upset or really overwhelmed because of too much activity.
You know, I didn't go through that a lot, but it had happened, where I can feel energies from the other side coming through, trying to communicate with me, but I couldn't make out what was being said in the beginning. It would just sound like buzzing. Once I opened my heart and my mind, and I wasn't being told that this is wrong, this is against our beliefs, this is against what we're taught, this is sinful. Once I wasn't being fed that, and I was in a more open space, the buzzing turned into, I could hear a voice. I could make out what it is that's coming across.
Right. Whether so your heart was opened and you weren't full of guilt or that you were doing something wrong. And
Absolutely.
So a lot of it just came to flow, it sounds like.
Yes.
Wow. So for today, like, fast forward to where you are today, you offer many different modalities, whether it be chakra balancing or clearing and tarot reading and then the psychic answers. And you're actually, when you do your show, your own radio show on the 6th and beyond, you're going to incorporate meditation as well?
Oh, yes, I'm going to be doing guided meditation at times on the air. I also do guided individual meditations with people who contact me who want to be learning how to meditate and take an inward journey. Some people are under the impression that you have to be able to silence everything out. So what I'm doing is I'm teaching people how to meditate from the level that they are, from novice to expert, and individually customizing meditations for the frequency and the vibration that they are currently at.
Yeah. Maybe we can, when someone calls in, maybe we can get an idea of, or a sample of how you do that, because there are so many, including myself at times, where I don't take the time to meditate. For years I meditated every morning religiously, and then it just, with everything that was going on, I allowed it to go. So I still do it, but not in the way that I should every morning, which is the best for me. I'm doing all kinds of other guided imagery, all these different energy type work, but I think so many people would love to have an idea of how to meditate the best way for them. Would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely, and that is why I customize and do individualized meditations one-on-one with the people that I work with. I also do a lot of release work in where there is a stored emotion or energies that have become trapped within a person. And due to these negative energies, it can be keeping a person stagnant in a certain area of their life. So locating and releasing these energies are essential to breaking unwanted patterns in life. So whether that pattern would be through love, health, manifesting, wherever it is that that person is experiencing an unwanted pattern or a stagnant, thick energy, I do work in where we locate where is that negative emotional energy, where is it storing itself, where is that original wound, and then through that we develop for that person the individualized meditation on how to release it.
Beautiful. And when you say energies, would it be the same as trapped emotions from trauma? And that could be, this trauma from the time we're children all the way through our lives.
Absolutely. And some people are carrying the trapped emotion from a situation that they may not even recall. And it's not always necessary to remember exactly what it was. Some people desire to. That's why the meditations are individualized. Some people want to know exactly what it is, and some people are like, I just want to know from the time that it was and release it. I do not wish to revisit the situation. So that is another reason why I'm doing it customized to where the person is at emotionally and spiritually. So the negative emotion that can become trapped, it can be from childhood, it can be from a relationship in adult life, it can be from a certain sense of rejection, it can be exposure to a narcissistic relationship. Sometimes it is something from a prior lifetime, not even from this lifetime, that we are storing, and that energy is taking up so much auric space in the energy field, there simply isn't room for the new vibrational frequency of manifestation, growth, developing spiritual gifts. So locating these energies, it's very important. So many people will say, I'm ready to heal. My mind is ready. My spirit is ready. My heart is open. And that may be exactly the case. The heart, the mind, the spirit. But the energy may not be trapped in one of those areas. It may be in the subconscious portion of the aura. It becomes a retention. So it could be being retained in a subconscious portion of the aura. It could be in a portion, a layer of the chakra system that has not been tapped into. So it's like the chakra or the auric field is not supporting the desire and readiness of the mind or the heart or the spirit, because it's taken in something that it cannot fully process and has not filtered it out. Even if the mind has come to terms with it, sometimes it has had such an impact in the energy field that it is literally retained there, taking up space. And it needs to be located, identified. This is the original wound, the genesis of the energy field being blocked.
Yeah. Well, we have a caller, Rachel in Florida. Rachel, are you there?
Well, good evening. I heard you're doing some reading, so I thought I would hit you up if I could. If it's too early, I can hang on and listen. I'm enjoying the show.
No, this is perfectly fine. So, Debbie, talk with Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I mean, we got the full moon coming up here pretty quick, so of course, I don't know if it's because I'm crazy or what, but I'm definitely feeling energy.
Yes, we certainly do have that full moon coming up, and so much to expect energetically right now.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So what can we do?
Could I pray upon you to do maybe a little short, what the Spirit's speaking to you about what I got coming up the next few weeks? So I don't have anything specific to ask for, but I heard you're doing readings. I just thought, it's a perfect time to make sure that I'm basically get a tune-up, make sure I'm going the right direction, or keep my eyes open for what's out there.
Oh, absolutely. Just by hearing your voice and picking up on your voice vibrations, what came to me instantly is a redirection of path. I'm picking up that you are redirecting your path. You've been actually doing it for a few years now, and I feel like there are certain pieces that are going to start coming to you within the next few weeks. I want to say the next 30 days. Have you started out in one area of your life professionally and you've been questioning going into another area or adding something on to what it is that you're doing now?
Well, as far as working, I retired really early and I got involved in some social things and a little bit of politics, things that I like doing. But recently I've been kind of lassoed into doing some other stuff. And I'm actually starting to enjoy it. I never thought I would. I was ready to retire, call it good. But it looks like the Spirit says, well, you're not done yet, hon. Let's keep on moving.
Yes, that's why I say a redirection of path, when it comes to working, because it feels like wherever you started out with the plan, you're going into another direction.
Yes. Yeah, I was ready to pull up my tent stakes and hit the road and wander out until the day I die. It looks like now I put some tent stakes down and setting up camp here. I don't know why I'm using all these different terms. I guess it's because I'm wearing cargo shorts and tennis shoes. I'm in a weird mood. Description.
Bless your soul. Now, I do feel very strongly that this redirection of path for you, I do feel that it's going to definitely be fulfilling and favorable for you. And I feel that this is something that you're totally open to right now. Your heart space, your mind space, and spirit space are in line. So there's going to be a very even flow. I do not feel any resistance. I feel that any resistance in life that you were carrying, maybe I want to say 3 years ago, if that resonates or makes sense with you, you've released resistance. You're at a very flowing space right now. Can you recognize that in yourself?
Yeah, sure. About 3 years ago, I came to Florida from the Midwest, and Florida shook me up quite a bit, to be honest with you. It really had to re-examine a lot of my beliefs and where I was and who I was. I got a puppy dog licking my ear. Get off, Ricky. Get off, Ricky. Stop. My puppy's
Oh, bless your heart. I feel that even though it has been trying, and even though it has definitely challenged you, it has absolutely bearing fruit in your spirit. And it is definitely bringing you to a place, the transition, the move, it has brought you to the place where you're open and ready. You're just ready. You're at a place now that your soul is saying yes. So I do feel that you've released a lot of resistance. I do pick up on something kind of personal that I don't feel completely comfortable discussing on the air. If you'd like, after the show, you can give me a call. But I feel that it's something personal in your life, and it is connected to someone that you've definitely released and made a lot of progress with. You can give me a call after the show if you would like to discuss it any further. And I would love to do a complimentary session with you that is further and more expansive.
Well, that sounds great. Well, thank you very much. And thank you for taking time on your radio show to give me that encouragement. Yep, that sounds good. Well,
Much for calling.
Again, blessings, happy full moon. And thank you again for the insight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel.
Bye.
Okay, well, we are just about ready for our first break. So everyone stay with us. Again, Bob is in the house, and you can call 833-220-1200 for a free reading or spiritual advice. We'll be back in a moment.
Experience a different yet profound healing with Reconnective Healing. Includes yet expands beyond any and all known forms of energy healing. The Reconnective Healing spectrum is comprised of the full healing and evolutionary continuum of energy, light, and information. It allows for healings that are not just physical, not just mental, not just emotional, yet go beyond that to bring healing that includes the evolution of your very being and essence. Deborah Beauvais, trained and certified by world-renowned Dr. Eric Pearl, offers appointment hours at Seacock Family Chiropractic in Seacock, Massachusetts. For questions or to set up both distance or local sessions, call Deborah at 508-431-1959. Again, 508-431-1959. Or go to lovebyintuition.com. That's lovebyintuition.com.
Take a journey to a place of the divine love within with Deborah Beauvais on the Love by Intuition Show, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. Eastern. Our message is love in the purest form. The light within us all is a guide to recall our beginning, to learn to love self and humankind, and to feel the higher power of our own divinity. To attract love, one needs to be love. Come join us and step into this glorious vibration called love.
After narrowly surviving the attack on Sandy Hook Elementary, first-grade teacher Caitlin Roy DeBellis was left searching for answers that would never come. Eventually, she chose to focus on questions that could be answered. How do I make sure this tragedy doesn't define us? How do we get our control back? Those two questions led her to found the 501c3 nonprofit organization Classes for Classes. When gifts poured into their classroom, she decided they would help someone else by paying it forward and being kind. This developed into a social network which allows K-8 classrooms to connect so that every student in the United States can learn these crucial lessons. Classes for Classes' mission is to build students' social-emotional intelligence by connecting them to care. All C4C projects are crowdfunded. Any teacher in the U.S. can visit classesforclasses.org. That's classes, the number 4, classes.org. Sign up today.
Delight your kids with an enchanting journey by reading the Paper Doll Kids children's book by Deborah Beauvais and Janine Sullivan. There's even a catchy tune, Kids for Love Song, produced by Bob Sherwood and sung by kids just like yours. The story weaves around 7 paper dolls flying around the world doing good deeds as they bring important attention to our endangered animal friends. There's even a magical ring with a universal message. Kids become interested in service projects, action through compassion, and planting seeds that nurture positive change. The Paper Doll Kids and Kids for Love Song are a production of the Kids for Love Project. Get the book now on Amazon Kindle and the song on CD Baby or iTunes.
Looking for a fun and relaxing getaway? Omega Rest and Rejuvenation Retreats are a great way to unwind and renew your spirit. You can stretch your body, quiet your mind, and do as much or as little as you choose. Join us in May and we'll waive the daily fees. Located in Rhinebeck, in New York's beautiful Hudson Valley, Omega's natural environment and quiet pace allow for extraordinary experiences to unfold. Learn more at eomega.org or call 877-944-2002. That's 877-944-2002.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
And we are back. Now, I have a special guest, Devi Kour, and she is a psychic visionary healer. What's exciting is that she is here on the Love by Intuition show, so we can get to know her, and she's offering free psychic readings, as well as offering, after the show, a complimentary 30-minute diagnostic meditation reading, Chakra and Aura system. The session locates blocked energy, covers love, career, health, and answers 5 questions. So whether you're listening today or tomorrow or next week or want to get in touch with Devi, you can call her directly. Her phone number is 815-893-4097 to schedule that complimentary 30-minute session. Her show, The Soul Seat, which I love the name, and it's Devi, D as in dog, E-V-I, Kour is K as in kind, O-U-R. So it's The Soul Seat with Devi Kour. Debuts April 6th. It's a Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central Time. You can call just like you're calling on this show. The number is 833-220-1200. You can call directly into the show, share a comment, ask for a reading, and it can be a spiritual session. It doesn't have to be a psychic reading. It can be anything that you desire and that Debbie I know would love to do. So keep all of that in mind. I'm going to give you the number again to call her after the show, and you can schedule a complimentary 30-minute diagnostic session. 815-893-4097. So during her show, every first and third Tuesdays at 1 p.m., you can call into her there, and you can also do appointments afterwards. So without bring you back in, Debbie, asking you, have you, in this last year with the COVID and so many people transitioning to the other side, are you finding more people calling about wanting to connect with their loved ones?
Oh, absolutely. I have definitely been in contact with many people in this year who are desiring to connect with their loved ones, receive some type of message, and give messages to the other side, and have that knowing and understanding that their loved one has definitely received that message.
Mm-hmm. Is there a common thread where, if everyone is transitioning, not everyone, but those that have transitioned because of the COVID, is there a common thread of message? Or let me ask you this as well. Do you feel those that are crossing over now that they have a special project to do from a higher perspective to heal the planet?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So many are definitely being called. You know how when our caller called in and we talked about being in the heart space to say yes, there are some souls who are specifically elected for very certain projects during certain times that our universe and our world is going through certain vibrational frequencies. Sometimes they're chaotic frequencies. Sometimes they're frequencies of change, frequencies of realization. And yes, these souls have been called. And when they are going off to the other side, their work is just beginning. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And I want to ask, too, do you believe in past lives and having numbers of lives? The soul can travel to other universes and such?
Oh, absolutely. I believe that the soul is remembering every experience that the physical mind has forgotten. And these are the archives, the records. They're held in the soul, all of the answers from the experiences that we've endured, the energetic frequencies that we've brought from prior lifetimes, every experience that we've had. The soul has a collection of these memories. And that is a lot of the work that I do, is tapping into the memories and the information that serves the highest good, that serves our healing and evolution of our spiritual gifts that we are containing and storing in the soul's recollection.
Nice. I've always had this vision that, not knowing, and none of us really know, that the soul is with Creator, but there's all these little facets of the souls, and that's why they can be different lives in different dimensions or different planets or universe, whatever. And that seems to make sense to me. And then that facet of soul can go back to, home. What is your assessment, or what is the feeling or the knowing that you receive in that respect, in that topic?
I believe that we each have our own contracts for our soul, our spirit, our evolution of what it is that we are meant to reach. For some people, it may take 3 lifetimes. For some people, it may take 23 lifetimes. So according to our contract and what it is that before we actually came down to our physical being, according to whatever we raised our hand and said, me, I'll take that labor of love, I'll take that job, depending on what it is that we have elected to do. I feel that that's what will dictate our lifetimes. Also, it's the willingness. In the soul state, before we've come here, we can feel, this is what I will take on, this is what I will do. And then when we come here in the physical, the mind may not be completely in touch with that. Some of us are. Some people are completely in touch, but sometimes it takes so many lifetimes to pull up what the soul has signed on to. and to actually complete the task. And that is why sometimes we're coming in to this lifetime with something unfinished, or something that sometimes it's a trauma, sometimes it's an unfinished duty, sometimes it's something as simple as an unreleased hurt or regret that's coming in from one lifetime to the next. And that is also something that needs to be identified and healed, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely. Do you feel we know when we come, do we know the depths of the pain that we may experience, whether it be emotional, physical, or even someone that experienced the Holocaust? Do we realize when we come that we're going to experience something horrific?
You know, I do believe that so many of us are not completely aware when we're signing up the depth and the degree that we will have our experiences to for some of us. But it's that open space of yes. It's that place of I will go forward, knowing that there is chances of turbulence that can be very painful. And then when we're going through it, as we go through it, as we have the experiences, we're either going to come out of it with our aura system taking that in and filtering it, or in some cases, some souls being overwhelmed. Some people becoming very overwhelmed by what they've gone through and not being able to process it. You know, here's a way I can explain it in short. Some of us are new souls who have been here 25 times, 10 times, versus there are some of us that it's just our first time around, our second time around. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's very... But to answer your question, do we know what it is that we're going to experience as far as pain, hurt, disappointment? Even if we have an understanding, we do not have the knowing, I believe, till we actually have the experience. Sometimes even in having the experiences, we are not really aware of how much the experience has impacted us or blocked us in some way.
Right.
The beauty of it, though, it's not just an impact of negativity or a block, it bears fruit. Once you discover how the pain is there to teach and to evolve to a different level, the soul and the mind's understanding, it does bear fruit. But it is, the mission is to come from the place through the experience from the wounded self into the evolved self. But this evolving does not happen without some type of battle wound. That's not to say that everybody must suffer to the utmost and is meant to remain in that suffering. But in order to bear that fruit, it's labor pain. Each lifetime takes us through a certain labor pain. So some of us, our labor might be 9 months, 9 lifetimes, let's call it. Some of us will be in labor for 10 lifetimes, all depending on the soul's willingness to completely accept our mission and journey and see it through.
Right. When you mentioned that someone could go through something horrendous and be so overwhelmed that they're not receiving, they're not growing their souls, what I usually, my words that I choose. So they would come back and revisit that, maybe not that particular horrendous act, but the gift that was there to give them, they'll come back and redo that, right? Until they've actually acquired the fruit, as you say. I love the way you say that the fruit.
Yes, that is what I believe. And sometimes we are some of us are acting out and living out an expired contract. Sometimes people have actually completed their mission. They've bore their fruit, yet they are still repeating the same process. And that's because the experience has become trapped in the aura. The aura and the mind were not working in tandem to process the information of the experience. So when that happens, the experience is repeated even when it shouldn't be.
That makes sense when you think about it. In many people's journey, that makes sense that they're stuck in a cycle. Because, there are so many cycles that we experience anyway. We'll repeat being abused, or we'll repeat, choosing the wrong date, person to date. But let's talk more about that. But we're going to take a break. We have a couple of callers, but we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back and take the callers as they have come in. Okay? We'll be back in a moment.
Take a journey to a place of the divine love within with Deborah Beauvais on the Love by Intuition Show, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. Eastern. Our message is love in the purest form. The light within us all is a guide to recall our beginning, to learn to love self and humankind, and to feel the higher power of our own divinity. To attract love, one needs to be love. Come join us and step into this glorious vibration called love.
Are you searching for a way to help create global change? Dream Vision 7 Radio Network's vision is to have an eclectic group of radio hosts dedicated to educating, enlightening, and helping humankind with positive messages and tools that enhance lives using different modalities and programs. If you would like to join our team and help illuminate the universe, call Deborah at 508-226-1723 or Deborah at dreamvision7radio.com.
Delight your kids with an enchanting journey by reading the Paper Doll Kids children's book by Deborah Beauvais and Janine Sullivan. There's even a catchy tune, Kids for Love song, produced by Bob Sherwood and sung by kids just like yours. The story weaves around 7 paper dolls flying around the world doing good deeds as they bring important attention to our endangered animal friends. There's even a magical ring with a universal message. Kids become interested in service projects, action through compassion, and planting seeds that nurture positive change. The Paper Doll Kids and Kids for Love song are a production of the Kids for Love Project. Get the book now on Amazon Kindle and the song on CD Baby or iTunes.
Why are we here? How can we be happy? Questions asked from millennials to boomers. Crappy to Happy, Sacred Stories of Transformational Joy answers them using true stories of grit, grace, and love. James Redfield, author of The Celestine Prophecy, wrote in the foreword, "This book is a seminar about emerging truths and offers grounded solutions through the art of the comeback." Dr. Bernie Siegel, a contributing author, wrote, "Bodies die, but spirits and consciousness survive and recycle." So, grab some tissues, open your book, and prepare to cry and laugh till it heals. Crappy to Happy by Reverend Ariel Patricia and Kathleen O'Keefe Cannabis. Available from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and booksellers worldwide.
It's a child's job to play, to learn, and to have fun. It's an adult's job to keep them safe. Did you know that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys will be sexually abused before the age of 18? Every day, families enter the Children's Advocacy Center because a child's courage to tell someone what happened to them. Keeping our children safe starts with a conversation. This is Michelle Aranger, Executive Director of the Children's Advocacy Center. Learn more on how to keep your child safe. Visit cacofbc.org. This message made possible by the Fall River Rotary Club.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
And welcome back. We have another caller in Florida. Georgina, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Well, thank you for calling in, and welcome to the show and Talk with Debbie.
Hi, how are
Hello.
you? How are you doing?
I'm good.
Excellent. Thank you for calling. What can we do for you today?
Well, I was just wondering if I was going to be, within the next couple of years, in a position where I can retire.
You know, I'm hearing your voice vibrations, and I'm feeling that you definitely will. I feel that in 2 years you will definitely be in that place.
Well, that's great.
Absolutely. And I'm offering a more detailed introduction and sample of what it is that I do. So you can feel free to call after the show and definitely schedule some time with me. I have 30 minutes, and where I'll be doing a chakra and aura reading, picking up on if there are any energy blocks, where they are storing themselves. I will also be answering questions about love, about finance, about any type of decisions that you are faced with at this time.
All right. Well, my friend sent me the phone number, so that's why I called in.
Well, excellent. Thank you.
Did you have a question?
Do I have a question? No. No,
Okay.
you just answered my question.
Okay.
But you can definitely call afterwards, and we can do a more extensive one-on-one.
All right. I'll do that when I get home from work, which won't be until late.
Excellent.
But I can always call tomorrow or something.
Sorry. It's a complimentary.
Yes, so you can call tomorrow. Again, I'll put the number out. This is after the show, 815-893-4097. All right, Georgiana.
I got it written down.
Good.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. You take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye, Georgina. Okay. One of the questions I had when you, Devi, and let's do this. For those that want to check out Devi's website, it's DeviKour.com, and Devi is D as in delicious, E, V as in Victor, I, and Kour is K as in kind, O-U-R, DeviKour.com. I wanted to go back to when you were talking about some people will come for 3, 4, 5 or more lives and be in the same cycle and I find that fascinating because they're choosing to come to learn, and yet, as you said, and I've read as well, that once we're here, we can forget what that main purpose was and take another path. But when you're breaking that cycle, are you getting to the root of many lives prior? And then what tools are you using, the chakra system or what, to clear that so that they can snap out of it? For lack of another, and resume their life and come, and receive what they came for.
Absolutely.
If that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. So what we're doing is we're locating that original wound in what lifetime that it came through. Sometimes it's this lifetime. It could be an experience. So this system that we're using, we are using the chakra system, we are using the aura system as the method of release. The aura is very much like a sponge and a filter. It absorbs, it takes in, and then it releases. But what we are really tapping into in order to access that are the archives of the soul. The soul, imagine the soul as a library full of writings and recordings, a recollection of every experience that we have had. Even though the body is changing, the soul is completely and totally the same through every journey, through every lifetime. It's just coming in with more records, more knowledge, and the more records and the more knowledge is the absolute more ability to heal. So what we are using to do the healing is the soul's information and the soul's ability to send forward frequencies of vibrational change, enhancement and growth. So we're tapping into what it is that the soul is carrying, the archives of the soul, and using the aura release whatever is stagnant and being retained, that is no longer serving. Sometimes an experience is so deep or so painful that it is retained and cannot be filtered out. It's just sitting there. Mm-hmm. Because the person who is carrying the experience did not know what to do with it or tried to push it away so much and not think about it, not dwell in it, not relive the experience. They've pushed it and suppressed it, that it has just stayed there till it is faced, understood, and released.
Mm. And the freedom that comes afterwards is off the charts.
Amazing. Yeah, it's between living and existing.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And that's really, what we find out when we do our inner work and all, and that we are divine love, is that we're supposed to be having fun. We're supposed to be experiencing joy, but a lot of times when we don't allow ourselves, because of one thing or another, or because of experiences and harboring, that pain and that emotional pain, we're not allowing ourselves, and we also deserve to enjoy every moment of life. So I have to say, Devi, that I feel when you speak, even before the show, you have your voice vibration just brings so much comfort. There's a comfort. It's almost tangible that one feels just with your vibration. So I want to thank you for that, and I want to thank you for devoting your life to this work and helping so many.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that and feeling that. This has been totally and completely, and I feel so honored and privileged to be in a position to be doing what I absolutely love. And I'd like to tell everybody who's listening to this right now, each and every one of you have been assigned a labor of love and the complete ability to heal. You are holding your own answers. Sometimes you just need a catalyst to lead you to that space within that's already carrying your answers.
Beautiful. Well, we are coming to the end of the show, and I want to share everything with the listeners, and for those listening, share it with your family members, your friends, your co-workers, everyone. Get on social media and let everyone know about Devi's show that's coming up. It debuts Tuesday, April 6th at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 12 o'clock Central. You're going to be able to call in to Devi's show during that hour, 833-220-1200, and talk with her, or ask her question, or whatever is on your mind, and free readings. You'll be able to do that. And she's going to be, talking about creating a special custom meditation for the people that will call her afterwards, because after the show, of any show or tomorrow, you can call her directly at 815-8937 to schedule an appointment. And again, she is offering a complimentary 30-minute diagnostic meditation reading of the Chakra and Aura system. And she's going to be answering 5 questions about blocked energy. So do take advantage of the beautiful gifts that she is offering and her gift of healing the world, because each person, as you well know, Debbie, each person that you help heal within is one more person that can really awaken to their true gifts, should I say, and turn those into serving others. And then it just keeps going. It's like a snowball where it just keeps getting larger and larger. So so I thank you again, everyone. It's the Soul Seat with Devi Kour coming up April 6th at 1 p.m. Share it. And for those out there listening, think about just sitting in the stillness. Think about, even if you don't know what to do as far as meditating, just sit in the silence. If you're outside, listen to nature. Listen to all the most divine noise, or sounds, and you'll have reverence. Reverence will come all around you, and you'll be in gratitude just for being, just for the life that you live here. Many of us, I think, forget that it's a privilege and an honor to be here on earth, even if we experience painful things. I know, Debbie, you would agree with that, correct? I mean,
absolutely.
With whatever we experience, it is a privilege to have life here on earth and leave it a better place, leave it a mark with our children, with our grandchildren, with neighbors everywhere. And we are one life force. And so until the next time we all come together, everyone, au revoir.
Are you seeking a clearer path to love? Then tune in to the Love by Intuition show next week. All designed to your highest good. To contact Deborah Beauvais, owner of Empowered Connections, call her at 508-226-1723. That's 508-226-1723. Or link on to lovebyintuition.com. Remember, we are all one, and we are all part of the miracle of love.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.